us off?
You know what?
Yeah. It's your boy Polo the Swag King, and welcome to another episode of Polo's POV. If you thought about it, we probably go talk about it. Life, love, and all the above. Man, you got to get on that time. Huh? Look, I was just sitting there thinking, like, man, I don't even need my partner, man. We've been doing this for a long time. But now that I'm done with all the shucking and jiving, it's time to come on with the come on. How y'all doing out there? It's been a great day, a great weekend, and we're doing a special edition. I'm gonna call this, I don't know, what would be a slick, clever thing to call it? What you think? Election day?
The Crooks Day of
Who voted for the Crooks?
Who voted for the Crooks?
But yes, November 7th. Am I correct?
I think you're correct. Okay.
And it's Voters Day, and y'all, I feel good about myself. Got to back this thing up. I'm clipping a little bit. It was my first time voting. It's kind of sad.
Roof almost fell down on him.
41 years old. I really don't like telling my age, but I'm gonna tell it today. 41 years old, my first time voting. I'm proud of myself, but the thing is, I don't want y'all to be 41 before you vote. I called somebody in my family. They young. They like 18. They told me they're not registered. They don't even care about voting. They told me it was bullshit, and I just said, okay, love you, bye. Because I knew if they was
that person says bullshit, and he complains about that election. First thing I'm gonna ask you is, did you vote?
Right.
And then if you said I voted for the wrong man, I think now I'm gonna say, did you do your research? You don't just walk in there to vote. Hey, I'm voting, and start checking.
Right.
You got to pick the best choice for your life.
Yeah. And see, that's that was another reason I want to do the election edition, because that's a pretty good election edition.
Yeah, that's
I said addiction, election edition. Yeah, I said election addiction. But because when I walked in, I wanted to be fresh on my mind. What happened? I walked in. Well, let me back up. Do a little backstory. First of all, I had caught a felony charge when I was younger. Okay, served my time, been paying my taxes, been doing all this for years, but I still couldn't vote.
Yep. Because
of the charge. Well, I found out my charge was actually eligible to give it back. So, got in touch with the Department of Justice, did all the necessary steps, gave my charge back. Now, I walked into a store, bought me a firearm, did the background check, clean. But I still couldn't vote. And I think that's crazy. I could buy a gun, but I still couldn't vote.
But you know, crazy people can buy a gun. They shouldn't even be able to own one.
Yeah. But if they do the right paperwork, they can vote too. But being in my situation, it was easier for me to get a gun than to vote. And so the question is, why is that? I think I got a pretty good idea, but why is that? So, long story short, so after I get all that situated, I go get my voter registration card. They say, well, you can't vote this election. You're too new. You got to wait till the next election, which I understand that.
You got to be registered 90 days before you can vote.
Okay. And then so now I go, I'm like, wait, it's election day. Got my registration card. I can vote.
Okay. The first thing I asked you today.
Hold on. Where do I vote at? I don't know. I know I'm in Jones County. You know, I got a seminary address, but I stay in Jones County.
Right.
Where do I vote? So I had to do research. Everybody, I even asked at liquor store.
Did the people hold it now? Your card don't tell you where you vote on it?
It might do. Like I said, I'm new to it.
I didn't know.
I don't know either.
I ain't had a voter's card in years. I always throw it away.
I got mine. Like I said, I'm enjoying the process because this is my first time. And damn, I sound like a virgin.
You are a virgin.
That is a good point. I really am. I'm a voter virgin. A voter virgin. That's the slogan. Don't be a voter virgin.
Hey, I like that one.
Don't be a voter virgin.
But let me ask you a question before you go on. Did you do your research before you go in there and start marking names?
I did a little bit on certain people. And honestly, the people that I went in there to vote for, I voted for them, of course. And then a lot of it, to answer your question, no, I didn't.
You know you can go online and pull a sample ballot.
Yeah.
That's what I did.
Well, I did not know that, and that would have been helpful because some of these people never heard of, and then some of them you didn't even have an option. It was like them or write it in, and I'm thinking to myself, I don't want to go with this person, but I don't know nobody else to write in either.
All you gotta do is write in Donald Duck.
Oh, okay.
Mickey Mouse.
So, man, I wish I would have known that. So
if you don't like that person that hadn't got an opponent, you can write in your own name. Because if you're eligible to vote, you're eligible to hold office.
Man, and see, I might have gave some people some votes that I didn't. Yeah.
So
now, see, that's why we're doing this edition. That's valuable information I wish I had. Because if I had it, I would have wrote it in on. Because I was like, you ain't even got an opponent. That means you just been.
For the election in, I want to say it was 1980, I didn't like either the presidential candidates, and I wrote in Mickey Mouse.
Right. So Mickey get the vote before then.
And you can go back and research it, and you pull the whole voter count.
Mickey Mouse got 32%.
No, I was one of 7 that voted for Mickey Mouse in the United States.
But see that's like I said, that's good information because they did give me that. It was like, but here's another thing too.
You could have left it blank too.
Here's another thing. Well, none of that explained. This is what happened. I'm gonna tell you the whole story. So I pull up. First of all, it's dark. Me, I'm expecting it to be well lit. Like long line. It wasn't none of that. Like you wouldn't even know the place was open if you didn't even know it was over here at the Rainey Community Center. You know,
right.
And I found that out from my wife because she'd been staying out here, right?
Yeah.
So she was like, Rainey Community Center. She was like, the line is so long, and she said some other stuff I care not to discuss. And I was like, well, I got to take advantage of because I supposed to been going with her on her demo. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I'm like, I know we had just ran the podcast last night talking about how important it is to vote. And then I didn't want to be the hypocrite, the asshole, eligible and capable and don't, but trying to tell other people to. You know what I'm saying? So, and then I thought it closed at like 8 or 9. I was misinformed on that.
7 to 7.
Yep. And I was like, well, shit. Now I got to make...
the elections are always on the second Tuesday in November.
Yeah.
Every 2 years.
Well, she gave me the option. She was like I said, this is for,
no, it's the first Tuesday. I'm sorry.
This is for virgin voters. I like that term, by the way. But she was like, you going with me or you going to vote? And I said, we can't do both. What time does the poll close? Because like I said, I wasn't informed.
Uh-huh.
And then here's my thing. I think a lot of people,
right,
particularly black people, particularly younger, middle-aged black people, they have no clue about what's going on in the voter polls. And here's the thing, like I remember you telling me the other day, it was a couple of our elections was decided by like what, 5
votes.
Yeah.
And then what did we figure out? 27% of the people showed up. Hey, if you and 5 of your buddies had gone to vote, one was decided by 5 and one was decided by 20.
Yep.
In this last.
But see, when I walked in, okay, so I'm walking in, and it's just my wife get on to me about this shit all the time. I nod at people, I greet people. Like I might even say nothing to you,
Yep,
something like that.
them.
Yeah, and I might do it 50 times a day because you don't pay. That's just something I do. I can't help it. Yeah. It's just I don't feel comfortable knowing that I see you and walk by you like you ain't there. Now, if I'm busy or something, I can do it with you.
I just about acknowledge you every time I walk through the kitchen.
But see, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's just something I do.
Me too.
Like, I can't help it.
And if you're wave at me out your window, while you got my window down, wave back. Just.
But I did that. This lady coming out. Go ahead with your question. Go ahead.
All right. How many people you notice when you sign the roll, right? They told you how to sign your name. It's the same way as on that. It was probably, Marco Terrell.
They wanted me to print and then sign.
Right. And it had to be a certain way.
And then I'm put it like this. This is the whole process. This is from my point of view. First of all, when I pull up, it looks like they're not even open.
All right.
Like it was dim lighting. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I'm like, well, yeah, this got to be the right place because Terrell had football practice there one time.
Yeah.
That's how I know. So it's the right place. I see people moving, but it wasn't like the outside of it was dark. Yeah. And you had like a porch light on. You see what I'm saying? So I didn't like that. So I'm like, okay. I'm going in, and I opened the door. I'll say she was. I wouldn't even give her. I'm pretty good at guessing age. I would give her like maybe 29 to 32. White lady.
At the forward?
No, she coming out.
Okay.
And I'm coming in. And like I said, I give her the natural nod, just quick nod to acknowledge. Stone face like a motherfucker. I'm talking about it wasn't even a playoff. And I'm putting like this in my head. I said, well, damn. That's
people like that.
Hold on. And so, okay, cool. That's her and her business. She leaving. No problem. So I go to the first lady. It's got the A through J. And I'm already prepared. I got my ID and my voter registration card. And the lady looks up, and she didn't say shit, but her face and her eyes spoke for her. Like, her eyes got big. She was like, hey. And I just handed my shit to her. And she was like, Jones, right? Jones. The first initial reaction was cool. After that, she was like, okay, here's your ballot over here. Make sure you fill out front and back. Hand it back. Call my name out. Ooh. Cool. The lady sitting beside her, well, make sure you fill the bubbles in all the way. Don't check them.
Now, that should have been on the little cube you walked through. Should have had an example of that.
Wasn't no cube to walk to. It was some people in a fucking like a buffet table, like the white tables people have for parties. And then you had the machine over here, and then you had these tables. You can go anywhere over there and make sure you fill out front and back. Pens are on the table, and then, like I said, the second lady, and make sure y'all don't check that y'all bubble in. And I ain't gonna lie, common sense. I feel like she was talking directly to me, honestly, because.
Well, see, when I went to vote today,
because that's common sense.
It had examples of the ballot.
Exactly.
And they showed one. It said wrong, and it had a check in it, and over here,
right.
Well, they had two wrongs. They had one wrong and one where it was
But
wrong.
it was just the whole vibe, and like I promise that's a gift I feel like I got from God. I can read a person, I can feel a person. I probably know what you're thinking before you ain't even got to say nothing. I can just look at you.
You think they were saying, black man, what's he doing here in our election?
Exactly what it was. That's exactly what it was. No sugarcoating it. It was like, what the fuck is he doing here? And then I ain't gonna lie, I didn't make the situation no better because, like I said, I was planning on going with my wife on the demo. So I had on my Air Force Adidas. They read I had on these pants, this shirt. I just opened this shirt.
Yep.
Because I'm trying to be cool because I don't know how people keep their house because I was planning on going on the demo.
Uh-huh.
And then I had my Adidas hat to match my shoes.
Yeah,
like it was more like going to run track.
Yep.
But that particular Adidas, you done seen the one that's got the white Adidas and the big. Yep. And some people confuse the Adidas flower with the marijuana flower.
Oh, yeah.
And then naturally, I wear my hat to the right for a reason because I don't like it poking over my vision. Some people might say it's gang related, but if you know.
I can handle a hat anyway, but I don't like them turned backwards.
I think it's stupid turned backwards. Well, if you're working on something, it makes sense.
Yeah, well,
but listen, what I'm saying. A lot of people would think that's gang related, but if you know anything about gangs, I would not have my red hat turned to the right.
No,
and that's for the people that know what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. So I do it because that's more comfortable for me. Because naturally, when I turn, since I'm dominant.
I don't even know how I put my hat on personally.
But see, that's what I'm saying. I don't like my build right here. So if I look up, I got this long ass neck. You know what I'm saying? And I'm my.
Well, I don't think I turn mine straight either.
Yeah, you go cock it one way or the other. You know what I'm saying? But anyway,
and I think I cock mine more back than I do sideways.
But see, this is what I'm thinking. Now, what if I had the earrings in, and like when I'm going out? You see, I get in there when I'm going out.
Pimping, as I call it.
But. So that was just a going out, just got home, going to do something look.
Yep.
But it's the only good deal I felt about it. I got up to turn the ballot in, like because everybody had the little covers. I'm talking about I'm telling you, bro, it was like a cult in that bitch. Like honestly,
it was.
And I'm like, I don't really care about nobody see how I vote. This is how I vote. You know what I'm saying? They got the little. Yep. Things up, the little cardboard things. That the real reason I didn't even grab one, I'm not even sure how to set this motherfucker up. You know what I'm saying? And then, I did the kid in school type shit for a little bit, and then I'm like, man, fuck that. If you if you curious about what I'm doing so much, fuck it, look.
Yep.
But I'm not finna go through all. And I got through doing it, and I go up there to the lady. She was like, "Well, just push it in there and bump it just a little bit." There was a lady there too. She said,
"Did you pat the vote in half?" They told me to fold mine in half.
It was straight. And she said, "Your vote." And then I seen the little thing. It circled around, and then it did a check mark deal. She said, "Your vote has been counted." And I said, "All right, thank you."
You slid yours straight in the scanner.
Yeah, it's like a little machine, like almost like you put loading it in a fax machine.
So they loaded mine for me.
Oh no, she let me load mine myself. And see, there's another thing. See, that's why I want to get into this.
But either way is correct because she can't tell it who you voted for.
Yeah. I don't care who I voted for. Who I voted for.
Then we had to take our original ballot that was they scanned, and we had to fold it in half and put it in a box. Because
this was just one sheet front and back.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But all right, when I got through with the sheet, I had to fold it and put it in another box.
Wow. So it might be different processes. Maybe they had a newer machine or so, but I don't know. Cause that, like I said, man.
What did you do with your paper ballot you marked?
I put it in the machine.
And what did you do with it after that?
Nothing.
It came out of the machine.
No, I put the whole thing in the machine.
And then where did it go after that?
Mm-hmm.
Did it go in a? You didn't watch when after it counted where it went.
This what I'm saying. It
went in a bin.
Yeah, it looked like an ATM machine.
Yep.
It looked like an ATM machine with like a scanner, like a fax.
When it scanned, it should have gone down into the machine because if that scanner doesn't match the amount of ballots they got to go back and count them all by hand.
Right.
Let's say somebody.
I'm tell you what she told me. This is what she told me now. I went up there. She was like, "All right, put it in there." She said, "Give it a little nudge." And I gave it a little nudge, and the machine sucked it in.
Yep.
And then I'm looking at it on the screen. It did some little circle shit, and then it did a check. And she said, "Your vote has been counted." And I was like, "All right, thank you." And I walked out. And like I said, here's the only bright side. When I was walking out, I give him about 45 to 48. Big old beard. Like if you look at him, you'll think he one of the Duck Dynasty guys or something. Mm-hmm. And you would look at him and you might judge. He held the door. It's like, "How you doing?" He was the only person that fucking spoke to me the whole time. And that was on the way out. He was coming in.
A lot of those poll peoples are cliques.
Yeah. But I know, I'm going to tell you why. Because when...
mothers and daughters.
Look, I'm just sitting there filling mine out. The people that was turning theirs in, the lady that was standing there to make sure you slide it in the machine or whatever, she told somebody, "Oh yeah, okay, that's cool. We'll see y'all Saturday." And I was like, "Well, they don't even know each other and shit, you know."
Well, see, I know two of the poll workers that work with me because they live out where I live. So of course they spoke to me.
No, but I'm just saying that, like,
but,
But I think though, when it's all of a sudden, I felt uncomfortable, but I think that's gonna be.
Some of it was your first time.
No, I'm gonna tell you exactly what it was. They ain't got no black people out here. You got the dude over here across the street. Think about it. That's what I'm telling you. You got the dude at the end of that drive. And he stayed across the street, and
but you get
so. And now that I think about it that way, hell, they ain't used to seeing no black folk coming to vote.
You go up to that store. Sometimes I go up there and have lunch.
But there might be people stopping through though.
You don't see that many black people at that store.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying.
They just ain't out in this community.
Yeah, so it could be that too. So,
and some of it is, if they don't know you, you look intimidating.
Yeah,
because you're a bigger black gentleman and you dress nice. But the first thing
I was in my going to shoot basketball outfit.
Yeah, but what I'm saying, it was sort of
something they ain't used to.
Something they ain't used to.
I can see that.
Because how was 90% of the people dressed going in there?
I really wasn't looking at them because, like I said, I really wasn't looking at their attire. I was looking neck up. Like I said, I just remember the faces in the looks. You know what I'm saying? Like I wasn't really paying attention on what they had on.
Right,
now the lady that didn't speak on the way out. She looked like a soccer mom or some shit. Like,
but you watch. If we have a runoff and we have to go vote again for anything, those people are going to remember you. They're going to treat you different.
Well, it's not only that. I was thinking about slick campaigning for whoever I want in there. You know what I'm saying? Because that's all people do.
You cannot-
They put in the extra effort. Like, I didn't have a clear-cut candidate. The only clear-cut, I said we weren't going to talk about this, but fuck it. Hold on, Henry. We got to get some... I said we weren't going to talk about this, but fuck it. I went with the Paisley dude just because him and the sheriff. That was the rest of that shit, like the coroner circuit. I didn't care about none of that. I really didn't. And like you said, I should have did research on it and did. Now that I know I ain't even got to vote for him at all, like I'm probably helped the person I didn't want in there just because I wasn't fully informed.
All right, let me ask you another question. When you signed your name, did you look and see what number you were there to vote?
Mm-mm.
See, when
That's what I'm saying. No,
all right, listen, next time you go in there, when you sign your name, it'll tell you how many people have voted in there that day.
That's why they're selling it. They got the little ledger there.
That ledger you signed should have had a number over to the front.
It didn't. It was blank. I can tell you that right now. Because the dude in front of me, it was almost like when you go to like a wedding or a funeral or something. It was like that, but it wasn't no numbers nowhere. I'm telling you.
It used to be.
And I remember that. But see, that's what I'm saying. But that's the whole point. Why is it like that? Is it a slick form of voter depression or what?
No, because when they count, at the end of the night, they go out to count.
Mm-hmm.
It's 190 people in here. If they're governors and whatever, 2 people don't get 190 votes total, they got to go back and count those ballots. Every one of them by hand.
Right.
But see, you also got people that can write in, but those write-ins will show up.
Mm-hmm. And absentee.
But absentee will not be counted until the following Tuesday, and that's only if they need to.
But they already got a projection of who gonna be the winner, especially in a small community like this.
Well, they said the sheriffs throw up, the county clerks will throw up in Jones County. They say the governor.
Yeah. Well, see,
but
like me, only reason I went for the Paisley dude or whatever, because he talking about cutting the grocery tax. And trust me, you know how we eat and how we buy.
But
Bill, you can't die on the podcast.
They can
Get you something to drink, man.
They can promise you anything.
But that don't mean they're going to do it.
They're going to do it because it takes the House and the Senate to put that bill in.
Right.
All these...
Yeah, you need to drink water. Y'all excuse us, Bill having a... I was going to joke about it, but I ain't going to joke about it. I was going to say Bill having a slight cardiac arrest over here, but I don't want to joke about that. Knock on wood.
That's steel, I forgot. But, damn. There's all kinds of...
That's goddamn Marlboro.
Yep. Actually, I got pepper or something like that. It's all kinds
What about the patch, Bill? You got to get back on the patch.
Mm.
Fuck the election. You got to get back on the patch. Yeah, you died.
I'm going to go to the Lozenges. I already talked to my doctor.
Yeah, you need to do something.
There's so many checks and balances in that system in there when you vote.
Yeah.
And if it hadn't come out good, they would have had to hand count every ballot in that box.
No. Well, I don't know. I just feel like... And then, honestly...
But actually, when you scan it, it'll tell you, like governor, you got 45... Let's make it easy. 100 people vote. Got 45 for each one, and you got 10 no votes for write-ins.
No. Well, see, this...
And if it don't equal the number of the people that voted on it...
I understand that.
They got to count every one of them.
I understand that. But this is what I don't understand. Okay, the way it's set up, I feel like it's automatically... Listen to me good, because right. I'm a living witness of this. Right. I lived it.
Right.
I couldn't vote.
Right.
But I was paying taxes.
Right.
I was still working.
Yeah.
And every time they taking FICA, Social Security, state.
Yep.
But when it comes to that poll, I can't voice my opinion about who I think gonna represent me, and that's just flat out bullshit.
And see, you have elections every 2 years, but now you're getting to because they had 3 people for governor.
Yeah.
If one of them doesn't get 50%.
Yeah. Well, see, I understand how it goes. I understand that.
But you know, a lot of them
But
today.
what I'm saying is, in a nutshell, why Philly can't vote? If he paying he going to work every day, he paying his taxes, and they can take his tax dollars, but they ain't gonna take his opinion.
Right.
And that ain't got that can be black, white, Chinese,
whatever.
But you know what I'm saying? So to me, if you taking a person's tax dollars, you should take their opinion too, because they good enough for you to take their tax money,
Yep.
but they ain't good enough for their opinion to say who they want to represent them.
That's right.
And I think that's bullshit.
Yep, I agree. To a certain point, I don't want to murder a voting.
I can give you that. I can give you that.
But most murderers...
Psychopath.
Yep.
I can give you that.
You know, but I agree with you in a lot of ways. But you got so many people out there that won't register to vote.
Right.
Then you got people out there registered to vote that won't show up.
And then you got, but I'm telling you, I think a lot of, and the black, I heard buzzing. Might be my old lady because I ain't got my phone on me.
It's my nurse. She'll text me.
You can't be hanging up on the nurse bill. God damn, you could have answered the call.
Hello?
Hey, I was just making sure we still on for in the morning.
I'll see you at 7 o'clock or there a little bit after.
All right, then.
All right, talk to you then.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
All right, bye-bye.
We gotta skip over all that because we can't. I'm finna say something, but I can't because we like on the podcast. But yeah, that didn't sound good, but I'm gonna move over. I'm gonna keep on. Anyway, how you gotta? Well, now you ain't feeling good about your team. I see Cowboys over there.
Yep. But you know,
Y'all helped me out a lot.
yep. But you know, Cowboys are still going to make it to the playoffs. They're just going to be a...
Y'all play good ball though. I'm gonna be real. Bill.
Well, actually,
them motherfucking refs.
Actually, we gave the game away.
No, them refs were hard on y'all just like they were hard on us in Minnesota. Now Cincinnati kicked our ass, but now in Minnesota we couldn't.
Did you see where they released a referee crew?
Didn't they?
Fired every one of them, sent them back to college.
Hey, they should have. Son.
I can't tell you which crew because I don't remember, but they said...
Was it the crew to y'all game?
No,
Oh. It might have been, man, I'm telling you, I seen a dude.
I want to say...
I don't know who it was.
Cleveland Browns game.
Man, we couldn't penalty. It was Cleveland, then Minnesota. But,
I think it was that game.
But now, Cincinnati whooped our ass. Joe Burrow throwing in double coverage. Like, I ain't got no complaints on that. They ain't even get their first penalty to the fourth quarter. Them boys playing A1 football. Matter of fact, if they keep playing like that, I'll take them over Kansas City, Buffalo. They'll be in the AFC Championship. That's just my opinion.
Well, see, my wild card for the AFC Championship, and I've always said the Dolphins.
I can roll with you on that.
And see, my wild card from the NFC is the Cowboys.
You being biased or you really mean it?
I'm really mean it.
Y'all should make it without a wild card.
I'm saying that's the two I'm picking in the Super Bowl that aren't leaders.
Who?
Miami's not leading their division.
You talking about Cowboys and Miami?
Yep.
That's not leaders. Yeah. I think somebody gonna knock Philly out.
That's my what I call wild
But
card.
Philly gonna be hard to beat with that. Cause I was sitting there watching the replays. You got these 300-pound. They get this low to the ground.
Yeah.
Like you can't even get a push on them.
Really, they figured out that's common sense.
That's what I'm saying. And then you gonna have to get a false start. I mean, an encroachment call or something to jump the. It's gonna be tough to beat.
And see, they cannot use another body to jump on to get over them. If on that tush push, you can't run up and jump on your defensive lineman back and jump over the pile and tackle him.
So
they can jump over the pile if they can get over it, but they can't have any aid.
Yeah.
And I think they're going to outlaw the tush push next year.
They got to do something. I feel both ways about it. I feel one way, hey, if your guys can't get past our guys, or if my guys pushing your guys, but I also feel like it is taking the rules of the game and bending them a little bit.
But also you're getting, since they legalized the pushing from behind, they're doing it on receivers, and you're getting a lot of innocent people hurt.
Yeah, yeah.
Offensive or defensive lineman going downfield 10 yards and hitting somebody from the back and just, you don't know where he's hitting. If he's at full speed, a big man, he ain't got that much control.
Yeah.
That's dangerous.
It's like stopping the train.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right on that shit.
And same thing with the defensive man. The lineman come up and run around that pile and get on the side he needs to be and whops in there. You're getting people hurt because you're continuing your play for 1 or 2 yards. I think it's going to be more of a safety. They might not outlaw it.
They'll make it like a certain way you got to do it.
It'll have to be within 2 yards of the line. Yeah. Like the tush-push.
Oh, look, Bill, when you talking about football, I just thought about another person, because I ain't gonna lie, man, you blow my mind when you said that shit about I ain't even have to vote for some of these people. I could have just left it blank. It was a dude name on there. I don't know what he was running for or nothing like that, but his name was Burrell. Burrell. Burrell.
Never heard of it.
That's what I'm saying. I don't want nobody named Burrell running nothing. The Burrell. When the last time you heard that? Mm-hmm. You ain't got no business. You supposed to be on the porch with your grandkids, watching them in the swing set.
Yep. But let me tell you another thing.
But he ran for something.
I looked at that because you and I discussed it Sunday. Those politicians can throw dirt to a certain extent and don't have to prove it. Like when you go back, I went back and researched something. Like the $1 million with Brett Favre and them, that happened 2 years before the governor took office.
It might have been with Ronnie Musgrove instead of Taylor.
Yeah. But he's still blaming him on that sheet.
No. Well, no, I don't think they said the Musgrove. They said it was something about some kick. I don't think it was because see, that was and you right, absolutely right, by the way. But that was I think it was more with Ronnie Musgrove, and it was more on a welfare type shit. But I think that was on some. I remember that sheet, but I don't know if he mentioned it or not. Now I could be wrong.
But I might have read it wrong.
But it was something.
But see, a lot of the stuff they're campaigning on.
But they're mainly on that Medicaid, and see a lot of. But here's the thing: that regardless, to me, I totally agree with the expansion of Medicaid. Hell, you definitely should, because you like to have a stroke on me just then. Nah, I'm fucking.
Yeah,
but
see,
I don't want. I know you in a decent position though. Yep. You got people backing you.
Yep.
So, but you got some people that ain't got that backing, and then they got to choose between their medicine and their livelihood. Yeah, and that to me, I know how much I pay in Social Security, and hell, they telling me mine might not even be there when you know what I'm saying? I'm paying, but so I feel like as much money like the money we send into Ukraine and all this, and like we got to take care of our people at home, especially our people that done served our country and done paid their dues. Because whether you military or not, I'm put like this: my mama ain't never been in the military, but she raised 3 strong boys,
right? And
probably a husband too. That was a joke, probably. But she ain't got no stripes or no, but. She shouldn't have to decide or be struggling
with medication or food or medication.
Exactly, because she was a soldier too.
Yep.
Just she wasn't in the U.S. Army, but she was a soldier.
But you know, a lot of this stuff, like today, what little I had done with the dermatologist, when I signed the bill so the government will pay it, it was over $1,000 because they had to cut 2 places off of it.
And then check this out. I feel like this. A person in your stature, you shouldn't even have to pay. Like you shouldn't have to.
I don't pay. That's just what the bill.
But what I'm saying, you still got to go through the formalities to get it. You know what I'm saying?
Now once I sign it, when I walk out, it's paid for.
Right, and that's how it should be. Honestly,
it's just they file it on insurance, just like, and they say the Department of Defense, they'll have their money in their account tomorrow.
Yeah. Okay, so this is what I'm saying. Like, they can do that for you. They should be able to do that for another person. But now, I understand another person ain't did what you did and serve how you serve.
But I agree in a way and I disagree in a way.
Okay, I feel you.
We have got underprivileged people out there that
That's-
their husband didn't work a lot, and they're living in a, let's call it a one room shanty.
Yeah.
They're not living.
You gotta
in
describe what a shanty is, man.
a shack.
Okay, there you go.
Right.
A shanty?
Yeah,
I've never heard it called
But
that.
it's like a one bedroom, like a convenience apartment. They're living in that.
Store shed.
Yeah, basically.
Okay.
Right, they're living in something like that. They're drawing $690 something a month, Social Security, the minimum $695, I think. Right, they're probably having to file for help to pay their electricity bill and help to pay their rent. And $695 don't go a long way.
And this was day and age. Sure.
They're probably getting, if they're single, they're not drawing any more than $269 worth of food stamps.
And food. We know how to go grocery higher than the motherfucker.
You as one person, just think about it. You couldn't feed yourself good on $269 a month.
Not a month. Maybe
That's what they're
two.
giving them food stamps for.
Maybe 2 weeks, 3 weeks.
That's what they're running out of money. Time in the month.
And see, this what I think. And I agree with you 100%. But I think with the Medicaid, I think we done got to the point where we're trying to wait till something happens to somebody and then try to fix it. But I think the money we're throwing in Medicaid, some of it, let's get on the prevention side. Because like a lot of people
I agree.
don't know how to eat smart. Have you noticed? On the white bread and then I told this to Cody, that's my work. You know Cody.
Yeah, I know Cody.
I said, bro, have you ever seen around here now? I don't know about out of state or other countries. They don't make wheat hot dog buns. They don't make wheat hamburger buns. Because you notice we don't buy like loaves of white bread.
Some companies make, Sara Lee makes sweet hamburger buns.
I've never seen them around here.
I hadn't either, but I know they make them.
But you see what I'm saying? Like, because we try to do that. And well, of course, with passion, we got to be on the almond milk anyway.
Yeah.
But I enjoy that, especially that shit that's in there now with some honey nut Cheerios.
I ain't never tried it.
It's I think it's almond breeze with a hint of honey or something.
I might try me a
But
little cereal.
I took it to work. This morning with a bowl of honey nut Cheerios. That shit was fire. I'm taking me another bowl in the morning, man, to be exact. Real shit. But we just don't study that
See,
eating.
I'm not a big milk drinker.
Well, they say that, I ain't looked it up yet, but they say that pasteurized milk is the worst shit on the planet.
It is.
And then
What about sugar?
And then they said the kids noodles too, and I was like, oh fuck, my kids love noodles. So I gotta find some alternative to that. But they say the sodium in it and whatever the noodles made out of it. But at the same time, I grew up eating noodles my damn self, and ain't nothing happened to me. Well, I could say ain't nothing happened to me. I did have a rare kidney disease.
Yeah, but you know, just like today, I didn't realize I was talking to my dermatologist, and she just fixing to recommend the VA instead of
She gonna fix your face?
Oh, hey. But anyway, she's
That was dope. That was
fixing to
dope.
get them, because right now they approve 2
Now,
times
them
a year.
dermatologists are true.
And anyway, starting in April, I'm gonna see her every 3 months.
You want to say one in Laurel?
I go down there in Ellisville, right up by the
Because
elementary school.
I went to the one. They might have a little short lady.
Right up by the elementary school in Ellisville.
I don't know. I seen her in Laurel though, but I think she
Now, is it Hattiesburg Dermatology?
No, I went to one in Laurel.
They
because
got one
of-
in Laurel.
That's what I'm saying. It was this little red piece right here on my tab. She said it was like a little red mold. She said she can get it out. She said it's best to just leave it alone. She said because I have a score. She said I ain't got to worry about it and I ain't care.
See,
It ain't none of that
she
shit.
was the one on my back that was aggravating me so bad. She was more worried about the little one, the smaller one I had.
They do pretty good.
That they cut off right there. But see, I go enough that all this up here they get is pre-skin cancer, and they just burn it off before it goes anywhere.
Yeah, there you
She
go.
wants to start seeing me every 90 days instead of every 6 months.
Yeah, she want to bill your insurance every 90 days, every 6 months. Nah, I was just talking shit, but nah, they good. If it's the same lady that was because all she do is they just rub your skin and no motherfucker
and
give
got
you
that light going. And she saw that on the back of her arm, She didn't.
Yeah,
Measure, she didn't measure the one on my
They
back.
keep fucking with one spot. They concerned about it. Like if they just go over it, they
Well,
good.
anyway, she got completely through, and she said went back and she measured it with her
Little
little
thingamajig.
thingamajig, and she says something. 2 different types skin cancers. This
But if she sent the biopsy out though,
yeah.
she,
Well, she. The only reason this one was too big to freeze off. So anything they cut off, they had to biopsy according to the VA.
yeah.
I don't know how.
Yeah,
medicated
it should be straight though.
Yeah,
Or it should be.
but she said it wasn't bad. She was more worried about the small one right here.
Yeah. They do good. They do good work.
And
You
then-
know that because that's what we took Juju when he messed them ligaments up.
Yep.
They do good work, and you see what he doing now. He up like ain't shit happened to him.
Yep. I'm a little bit disappointed in the plastic surgeon. I thought he could have done a little bit better job with the scar.
Yeah. Well, he got plenty of time.
Yep.
Get older.
And plus, he's growing so much right now. It might have been harder to.
That looked worse when I first got it. That looked worse.
That looked like somebody done pitched the shit out of you.
Nah, that was some shit that happened at work. Fucking parents. Nah, I was pushing something, putting force in it, and it moves, and my hand just comes down on me.
Ooh, that felt good, didn't it?
No.
Yeah,
But it was way out here.
Hey, just like I tell Terrell and them when they do something.
That's a style one.
Well, the kids, when they do something stupid, did that feel good? No,
That's
sir.
fish grease.
Yep. I said, well, don't do it again. They get so mad at me.
Yeah, that's it. Well, we
About
winding
3.
down.
Hey,
3 minutes.
3 minutes. Let me have my 1 minute say. Register to vote. Go vote. Research the people. God bless you. Get out and do your part.
And then the next time, because they done missed this time.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, next time they got a whole 2 years to start this process.
Clap it up, Bill. Good job, man.
Ooh-ah.
Well, hoo-ah. Whoop. Give me one. Give me
Yeah, I
one.
heard that.
Well, y'all, this has been another episode of Polo's POV with my boy Billy B. I'm telling, hey man, they been asking. They be like, man, who that dude on the podcast? Which I said, that's the homie, man.
Yeah.
People been actually asking. That's what's up. But y'all, the point of this podcast, man, I usually don't like to do no serious, and we just be doing what we do. But on the real, man, if you're not registered to vote, register to vote. Don't be complaining about the judge, the DA, who did this, who did that, and what you like and what you don't like. If you're not out there being active, trying to make a change. Other than that, just keep doing what you've been doing. Bending over and taking the dick. Unless you want to stand up for yourself and do something, get your people that ain't registered, try to make a change, make an effort. Until then, who cares? That's just real.
Yep.
Well, you can hit me up on social media at Polo_swag_king. On Instagram, you can hit me up on Marco Polo 2K at iCloud or Polo the Swag King 1 on Twitter. But until next time, y'all, we out. I'd like to thank y'all and appreciate y'all for joining us again for our special Election Day podcast. And please, please don't be a virgin voter.